welcome to North American Ag Spotlight. I'm Chrissy Wozniak, and today I have the pleasure of speaking with an inventor, a business owner, a farm boy, and an Alberta native, Darcy Goossen of Tire Grabber. Welcome, Darcy. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Chrissy. It's a pleasure.
First of all, can you explain to us what Tire Grabber is?
Tire Grabber is a machine that I built for my own farm quite a number of years ago because we are custom sprayers and farmers, and we had sprayers with big tires, and we just felt it was too dangerous using pellet forks. So we came up with a 3-arm design, built it and liked it and used it on our farm. And a friend of mine just came along and said, well, did you build that? And we said, well, yeah. And he said, well, you know that every other farmer has the same problem as you do, right? So he said, you should build this device, a 3-arm thing, and picks up tires. And if you think of it like putting a jar lid on a table, you would put a round jar lid on there, and you have your 3 arms, and it basically can bend down and grab the lid and pick it up and rotate, and that's what a tire grabber is.
Wow. So it's an attachment for your tractor?
Yes, you can put it on a tractor, a skid steer, telehandler, small loader. Yeah, we had a guy from Montana call today. He wants to put it on a skid steer and a small telehandler. And we're also working at mounting it on trucks, so you can use it on service trucks too, like a boom truck. And forklifts, we want to mount them on. Yeah, you can virtually just bolt it onto anything.
Wow, that's great. And you manufacture in Alberta?
Yeah.
That's great. Right on the farm, or do you have
we did.
House and...
We did manufacture the first 50 or 60 on our own farm.
Mm-hmm.
And it got a little too much because we still need our shops for doing our own farm machinery repairs. We do a lot of repairs in the shop, and so it got a little bit much having that, and our farming in the shop. So we've farmed it out, so to speak. Got some welding shops contracted out to build them for us. Yeah, they're close by here.
Oh, that's great. So your background is in ag. You grew up in farming?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Oh, pretty much from day one. We were gone a few years in between, but yeah, I've pretty much, farmed chickens. My grandfather was a chicken farmer too, and we grew up picking up chickens since we were little kids.
Right. And what do you farm now?
We still have chickens, and we farm grain. With my son now, we're farming about 4,000 acres of cropland, which is wheat, canola, and barley. Mostly is what we would grow.
Right. That's great. And is it multi-generational, your farm?
Well, not the actual farm I live on. Like, my dad bought it the year I was born. So I guess I'm the second generation on this farm. But our family goes back, I don't know, 5 or 6 generations in Alberta here, farming land. Yeah.
Wow. And I hear that you won some awards recently. What were those for?
Yes. Yeah, we won an award in Manitoba Ag Days now for first place in farm safety. Awesome. And we won it also last year at the same Manitoba trade show for first place in farm safety. So we're really thankful for that, for them reaching out to us and awarding that to us. It's a great privilege.
I guess. Yeah, that's a great honor. And so have you always been an inventor, or was this just a one-off, or are you like most farmers that are always trying to fix things and weld things and create things, and you just took it an extra step?
Yeah, I think so. I've always been kind of a designer, creator, and we try and build just about anything. And I think I was probably 14 years old when my dad, who never welded in his life, I don't think, bought a little buzz box and said, you're going to have to be the welder of the family and start building things. And some of the first things I built was like swing sets, I built for the little kids, and then I started, a little bigger projects and some machinery, and so yeah, since I've been young on, I've been welding and making mistakes. That's how I learn, is make mistakes.
Right. Yeah. And do you sell all across North America or just Canada?
Oh yes, we've been selling mostly in Canada, but the last while, like, the demand is actually getting quite strong from the US, and like, so we've shipped to Texas, Tennessee, Ohio, Illinois, um, uh, Idaho, some, Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota. Yeah, it's growing in the States, and that's going to be our big push, is to
Right.
grow into the States and Eastern Canada. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so, kind of thinking about the things that we've been going through over the past year, what do you think is the biggest challenge facing agriculture today?
Oh, biggest challenge facing agriculture. I mean, there's many areas of challenge, right? And I mean, we kind of focus on the area of safety. Safety, I think, is a big thing. It's not just in the tire handling, um, which is what we kind of promote, but there's so many areas of farming that are so dangerous, and it's going to be a big thing, in the future here. I think that governments and people are going to start, requiring farmers to be just more safe and careful for their workers. And it used to be kind of a free for all, like, tell them to get out there and get the job done, whatever it takes, right? And accidents did happen, and I have sold tire grabbers to people that have broke legs, and it's, unfortunately, those things happen still.
So, what do you think the biggest opportunities are ahead of us?
In farming in general?
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's going to be clarity, in our products. People, the consumers, they want to know how was things grown, how did we do it. Already you see it in the livestock industry, the change in the consumers' demand for, like, how
Right.
was this grown, and they want to know if their animals were looked after.
Mhm.
And I think even just grain, it's going to be more called or requested, that they want to know, like, how is this grain grown, and does it meet certain standards. It's hard for a farmer to keep track of all that stuff. And um now the prices have finally come up some,
Mhm.
but for years and years, the grain prices really didn't come up, reflecting the inflation of what other things had in this world. That's the way I would say it, because
Right.
I've asked old timers, are we making more money now with our grain, or were you making more then? And they said, according to the dollar, what they made back then, and what, with inflation, we're making less, they said, now, than what we were, 20, 30 years ago.
Mm.
So I think grain prices have not risen in general. That's before the last 6 months, but in general, the last, 10 years, I don't think they've risen in sequence to the rest of the inflation that's gone on.
Right. Yeah. So how do you want people to be able to get a hold of you? You want them to go to your website and give you a call, or where can they find you?
Yeah, so they can send a contact form out on our website.
Yeah.
They can call me up personally. I mean, my phone is only shut off for a few hours Sunday morning, and that's, other than that, we're a farm business here, so we don't keep hours like some other businesses do. So far, I suppose sometime we'll have to control it, but yeah, call the number there. There's a business number, and if they want to call my cell phone number, they're more than welcome to do that too.
Awesome. And what's your lead time from order?
Right now we're a little bit behind on some of the models, but it looks like by the end of the week we should be able to fill them out and get some of them sent off to Illinois and Montana. So we're trying to keep it a few weeks.
Yeah.
And till now, in the past, we've always had stock on hand. So so far we haven't been sold out much, but to date we have sold over 200 units since we started over 3 years ago. So we're pretty happy for that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So one more question for you. What lays ahead for you, and what do you want your legacy to be in agriculture?
Oh, what lays ahead for me? People ask me that. I've asked, and I retirement isn't in my books. Like my grandfather, he semi-retired when he was probably 70, but he still came and helped me farm. I think the last year he helped me drive combine, he was 93 years old.
Wow.
So as far as retirement, I don't think so.
Yeah.
And I just want to build more inventions and, help farmers out all over the world, that if they solve a problem. And I think there is a big need for it. Some people realize it more than others. But going ahead, we just see new ideas, new innovations. We've got some more cooking that right now we're not talking about, but it's in the line of safety and some devices that we're building, and we're right now in the process of mounting them on trucks and forklifts and many different things. So we have a patent for Canada, US, and Europe. So we're hoping to try and focus on those areas.
Well, that's awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, Darcy. And thanks to everyone who's watching. If you want to learn more, the links are in the bio below. And have a great day.
Thank you, Chrissy. It was a pleasure.